Okay, so who has to be on their wish list? Who do they have to get next year?
Next year, well, I've thought from the beginning that Kawhi Leonard would be a really good fit. Whether that happens or not, whether he comes to like Toronto or not, he said from the beginning, whenever he has talked, which isn't very often, that Los Angeles is in his sight. So I would assume you start there. I know there's a lot of people talking about Anthony Davis, and when you live in L.A. and you listen to Laker fans, every great player wants to come to Los Angeles. I mean, you go back to, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dominique Wilkins. If you listen to Laker fans, they'll tell you, well, deep in his heart, he wants to be a Laker. Well, not everybody does. But Kawhi Leonard has said that he wants to play out here, whether it's for the Lakers or for the Clippers. And I would think that would be priority number one, unless he decides he likes Toronto the same way Paul George liked Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I just don't see his personality makeup fitting in with LeBron and the Lakers. I just don't think Kawhi wants to be part of a boy band. And I just think he's San Antonio was perfect for him. Toronto, it feels like, would be perfect for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays in Toronto. I really wouldn't. I just don't think his personality is – and plus, it takes a lot – you have to be ready to play with LeBron. Because you're sort of playing for LeBron, and not everybody is wired that way. And that I think that Klay Thompson would be the guy that I would have to have, because he opens things up. I don't need the other point guards there. I got to have somebody who's I can put Kuzma with, and we can stretch the defense a little bit here, and LeBron can go back to being LeBron, and he would be the target. I'd want Klay over Kawhi.
But if you're Klay Thompson, why would you ever leave where you are? I mean, you've got a license to print championships.
I agree. I agree. But do you think Durant stays? But does Durant stays? If he's got a license to print championships as well, it feels like Durant may leave. So I don't know if that means that Klay would want to stay more, or I don't know. The ego is so interesting to try to dissect from afar with these guys, of what they want to do, where they want to do it, how they want to do it. But, I mean, you're right. I would stay with Golden State. I have fun. Who cares if we're the bad guys? We're winning championships. We're going to be Hall of Famers. We're getting paid. And we're moving into a new building. So, what's not to like? And you live in a great city. Other than that.
Chris Bosh is a great example of a guy who was a terrific player, went to play with Miami, and then early on seemed to realize that, look, one of us is going to have to take a back seat here and make it all work. And that's why I've always had a lot of respect for him, because he accepted that, and he changed his game to make the Miami Heat work, because LeBron takes up a lot of energy and takes up a lot of space in the locker room, on the court, and everywhere else. He's the dominant figure, and so everybody else kind of has to defer to that. And, you got a bunch of young guys on the Lakers who are trying to make a mark in this game. And whether that opportunity or whether that process is smooth or not hasn't been very smooth so far. The other thing, I think they played too fast. There's been so much emphasis. Luke has said it. Magic said it. We got to play fast. And I think that ends up leading to bad shots by a team with not a lot of good shooters. And then it affects your defense, because if you're missing shots, the other team's running, and they haven't been all that good transitionally either. But, like we said, let's wait and see 10, 15 games and see what they look like then.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.